Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Harvest. I'm a 26-year-old CPA documenting my journey to early retirement. Actually, I'm 27 now, but belated birthdays to me, I guess. Every week I share what I did in my portfolio, my stocks, my crypto, my total amount of passive income earned through staking and through selling options. Okay, so this week I'm building a long thesis on OSCR Health, as I mentioned in week 2's video. Yeah, that's OSCR stock. I think it's one of the most asymmetric bets right now in the market. And here's why. But let me first start with what I did in the portfolio. So this week, we realized around $660 of options gain. So I'll show you exactly here. I sold some Circle calls, I was betting it go down. So I sold some calls on Circle. Again, check week 2's video out. It's already out and it goes through exactly why I'm shorting Circle, but it's a really good bet. I'm gonna continue to short Circle going forward. We have Open. So Open is again a meme coin. It was popping off. I just sold a little bit of like puts on it, whatever. Made money. We'll go on to the next meme. And this is OSCR. So OSCR, I sold some calls, but this is because it was a covered call. I'm still selling puts on it. Just to buy the position up. We'll talk about it later. And I just sold more of my commodities. I love selling like silver, USO. Surprisingly, no gold this week, but usually I sell gold as well. So all in all, we made $660 just from our options alone. And in crypto, we made around 700. But yeah, let's start with why OSCR. Like, why do I want to buy OSCR? This is a company that I ignored for a long time. Let me show some research here. It's a bit too small back then. It was too early. It was too risky. But after I did my due diligence, here's what I found. Okay, so the one thing that I want to note down, I realized my keyboard clicks a lot. So let me just try to like tilt the mic so it doesn't. I have one of those like mechanical keyboards, a bit clicky. But first is the revenue growth, right? With this stock, it is pretty crazy. The rev growth of it doesn't compare to anything else in the field, in its area of healthcare. It has a 40% year-over-year compounding revenue growth. And this is including medical loss ratio dropping, which is actually getting better at pricing the risk, which is rare. The second thing is the AI-driven narrative. Again, anything with AI like would just go parabolic. It goes like bananas as to how high this can go. Think like Nvidia and stuff like that. The AI narrative this cycle is insane. So with OSCR, it's one of the few healthcare companies actually using AI in meaningful ways. It's not just buzzwords, right? If you go to their platform, they have automated claims, members onboarding, like a way that legacy players just like UNH can't compete with. This isn't just a traditional insurer now. We're looking more of a tech company disguised as a healthcare company, right? Like a boring healthcare provider. Really, it's more of a tech company. Therefore, I think it's really undervalued. It's trading at a 1.2 times forward sales ratio. And for a company growing at 40% year-over-year revenue growth, like it's a no-brainer. This is like criminally low. Like I don't know how it's still so low. So what I did was a quick comparative, right? So if United Health is like the king of the healthcare business in the US, they operate at a $257 billion market value. If we're talking about just growth potential, right? If OSCR Health hits the market value of UNH, it will be a 70x from here, meaning for every $1,000 invested, you'll make $100,000. Okay? But if we're talking about just something more realistic, if we can even hit 10% of United Healthcare's group market cap, we're looking at like a 7x from here. Every $1,000 invested, you'll make $7,000, right? This is crazy numbers. It's nothing to joke about. I think it can easily hit that 10% of UNH. especially with UNH going down, just like it being a shit business with all the fraud cases being exposed. Like, where's the money going to? It's probably going to go into Oscar Health. And if it hits 10% of just UNH's market cap, you're looking at a 10x return. It's great. All right, so that is my research. Not much, but like honestly, that's the best you're gonna get from this channel. Okay, we're not going super in depth. Now moving on to the crypto side, you can see here our portfolio balance went down a bit. So our stocks went up a bit from last week. We had 106K. Now we're at almost 110K USD. So basically like a 3K increase. We're looking at around a 1K decrease in crypto, just because last week was insane with all the news and hype with like the signing of like Trump's genius bill and whatnot. It really propped up the markets, and now you're seeing a slight pullback where our total portfolio went down 1,000. But that's okay because we make also income that can offset that decrease in market cap or decrease in value of our portfolio. Like this week, for example, in DBank, we made 300, HBAR, we made like $400, Solana, we made another 13, Akash, we made like $11. So like it actually builds up, and it's not just, we won't take the L as much because we have these options in play, or these like farms in play that's making money for us. Again, if you want a video on farms, tune in, like, subscribe. Eventually I'll post it, but there's just too much going on right now. But that is basically it. It's going to be a shorter video. That's it for week 3. More passive income, more smart positioning, and a new conviction trade in Oscar. Next week, I will do a new deep dive into FIGMA IPO. So remember to turn on notifications for that. I know a lot of people in not in my industry, but a lot of my colleagues in other industries that use FIGMA and they swear by it. So this will be a pretty hot IPO to look at. And I'm definitely trying to get my feet wet in this IPO, whether it be selling puts or whatever. Once it IPOs in end of July, I'll post a video about it, but most likely it'll be next week where we'll discuss it. But if you're into this kind of calm, rational investing, whether it's crypto or stocks, remember to hit the subscribe button. Again, I did this with last week's video, but if this video hits 100 likes, I'll do a deep dive on how I build long positions by selling options and what strikes to sell at that I look for. But until next time, keep staking that yield, and as always, Crypto Harvest, peace out.